Join us every Sunday for an episode of the Digital Business Forum
at 2 p.m. PST, 3 p.m. MST, 5 p.m. EST, and 10 p.m. GMT.
This forum will feature successful, experienced digital business owners with inspiring information to help you make that informed decision about starting your own digital business. By starting your own online business, you will have more free time to take control of your life, create generational wealth, retire early, and make money from anywhere in the world with just your laptop, phone, and internet. If this resonates with you, don't miss this Sunday. Digital Business Forum. Be informed. Be inspired.
All right. Hi, everybody. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you're watching us from. If it is your first time to see me, my name is Dorothy, originally from Uganda, currently in the United States, a proud mother and a proud digital business coach. So welcome to our platform, the Digital Business Forum. Be informed, be inspired. Today we have an amazing guest all the way from the UK, Dr. Susie. You're welcome here. And let's have David to have a little introduction before we can proceed.
Thank you, Dorothy. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you're watching us. You're welcome here at the Digital Business Forum. Tonight, we are hosting Dr. Susie. You're welcome, Dr. Susie.
Hello.
Happy Thanksgiving, by the way. It's Thanksgiving here.
Yeah, happy
Thanksgiving holiday. So yeah, wherever you're watching us, please grab yourself a cup of coffee, a piece of paper and pen, and hold on to hear what Susie has to share with us. We would like to call on Susie to introduce herself as well, so you can learn something about her before we can jump into this conversation. Thank you, Dorothy.
All right. Thank you so much, David, for that simple introduction. So now let's have our amazing guest, Dr. Susie, to have a little bit introduction about yourself before we can proceed. The floor is yours.
Hi, hello. So thank you for that. Thank you for the invitation, David and Dorothy. It's a pleasure to be with you all today. So just for the benefit of everyone in Dorothy and David's page, as well as my page, for those who don't know who I am, my name is Dr. Susie Jacob. I am a general practitioner in the UK by training, a very proud mom and a very proud wife, also to a husband who's an evangelist, as well as a very, very proud online business coach. I started my journey just over 3 years ago, and I can tell you it's been the most amazing journey ever. From being exhausted, not being a present mom, hardly being able to see my husband, who used to work as a private chef at that time, to being able to retire my husband within just 14 months into this online journey, business journey, and me going down from 50 hours to about 28 hours now. And now we are, most importantly, what this has given us is our family time back, and we are more present parents for our teenage daughter.
Wow, what a wonderful introduction. Thank you so much for that introduction. So I believe everybody, you have a pen and a paper. I have it already, because there's some good nuggets here to retire a husband within 14 months. Do you know what it means? So this is going to be very amazing. I can hear that story, how the journey started, and from working 50, you said 50 hours a week?
Yeah, over 50 hours, yeah.
50, from working 50 hours a week to freedom. So we're going to dive into that amazing story from Dr. Susie all the way from UK. So, hey, doctor, can you elaborate on your journey into the digital business world for our audience and your audience out there? So since you've been in the business for 3 years, right? Yeah. So of course, I know there is audience out there, and right now they're watching you. So could you elaborate your journey and what motivated you from the healthy sector to a digital entrepreneur?
So, yeah, that's a pretty normal question I get asked all the time. So, why does a doctor need a second stream of income when it is such a stable job? Unfortunately, whether people like it or not, people get ill all the time.
Yeah.
So it is supposed in the world standard, it's a very well paid, supposedly well paid job, which is debatable anyway, but there you go. So, from a well paid job, why would someone want to do an online business? So it's not just about money. A lot of people do come into this business because they want time and financial freedom. Just to get a bit of a background, me and my husband were already earning quite well. I was a full-time working GP, and my husband was earning as much as a general practitioner because he was working for private clients, high-end clients. But what we did not have is family time. So I was working 50 hours and he was working about 60 hours a week. So that meant like he used to leave home around 4:30 in the morning because he needed to drive. Like he used to drive about 100 miles, 120 miles a day. So he needed to be up and running, hit the road, hit the motorway in his motorcycle and travel that. So he used to leave around 4:30 and he used to be back by 11:30. So when he goes, I'm sleeping. And when he comes back, most likely I'm sleeping or about to go into bed. And that means, he was not seeing me. He was not seeing my daughter. Our daughter, actually. He's not seeing our daughter. And that was life. And we didn't know anything better. Because we thought, okay, it would be foolishness not to work because we still need to pay our bills and, live a comfortable life. But the person who was really affected by this was our daughter. When she was younger, we had a nanny, a live-in nanny. But as she grew older, obviously there was no need for a nanny. But she's an only child. So she doesn't have any siblings, and if we are not there, if the nanny is not there, it's just her friends. So the pandemic wasn't the great time for her because she was quite isolated without, I was still working. My husband chose at that point in time not to work. So that was that was another reason, because overnight our income became half. Our family income became half overnight. And then I was really scared about the pandemic, in the sense like, what if I bring it home? What if I get affected with the virus and won't be able to work? Because there's lots of people who are still not able to work after the pandemic because of the effects of long COVID. And what if, I give it to my husband or my daughter? So all these fear was there, but I didn't have a choice but to go in for work. So at that point in time, I realized it was the starting point of me to realize that I needed an extra stream, but it wasn't a big enough push. The push was when my daughter, when you work 50 hours and come back from work, you're really stressed and burnt out. And you really, at least for me, because I'm introverted, don't like to talk to anyone. I like being on my own when I'm not working. And my daughter is an extrovert and she just wants to talk. So she thought when mom came in, she really wanted to talk to me. And I just got upset and angry with her, and I screamed at her. And then she said, whether you're there or not, it's all the same to me. And that actually broke my heart. And then but then I still carried on, because again, I didn't know what to do with the situation. Like, no one educates you, because for me, I didn't know anything to do anything other than being a doctor.
Right.
My husband's the chef. I managed to call the fire brigade while cooking, fire engine had to go. And this was the days when I was before my marriage, like when I used to cook for myself, and I managed to call the fire brigade. And so I can't even credit myself in being a good cook.
Right.
So, from my point of view, the only thing I know how to do is to be a doctor. So what do you do? So, and nobody tells you anything. You're not taught these things in school, because in school you're just taught, go to school, study well, go to uni, If you can do a professional course, brilliant.
Get a good job.
Get the job, get married, have the children, have the house, your American dream. That's all.
The American dream.
The American dream, yeah. So that is
the American dream.
And then from the outside, I had the job. I had the creme of the creme job. I was one of the lead. I was doing management shifts, and I was doing general practice. So, I was doing a lot of things. My husband was a private chef for high-end clients. And so from the outside, it looked like they had it all. We had the house, we had the car, we had the motorcycle, we had the pets.
Right.
So you, from the outside, you have everything but on the inside, we were crumbling. Because once you stop talking, you stop talking to your partner, you stop talking to your children, the relationship breaks up. Yeah, there's no relationship. If you're not seeing each other, there's no actual relationship, is there? Right. And then when you come after this long hours, you really don't want to talk to anyone.
Right. Because you're tired.
Sorry?
You're exhausted. You're tired. Sometimes you just want to be...
I was exhausted and I was burnt out. 40 hours takes. And I'm no disrespect to any other jobs out there. But, when you see sick people day in and day out, it just takes a part of you.
Yes.
They are really troublesome.
Yes. It draws energy from you.
Exactly. It draws energy from you, which at that point in time, I didn't believe in energy and stuff like that, although now I'm a changed person. So,
right.
But it does. It takes a part of you. And, and then you need to sleep. And, for me, I need to pray and do things like that to get my energy levels back. But then again, you're so exhausted to even pray a lot or even read the Bible or do anything like that, isn't it? So it was like a vicious cycle, really. And then my daughter, again, like she tried to get in touch with me to actually have a conversation. And then I came to know that she was having low mood, she was depressed. And then I found out that she was depressed for about 2 years and she didn't tell any of us.
Wow.
Yeah, so she tried telling me. Right. She tried telling me, but of course I'm too busy.
I see.
So I'm too busy being a doctor, helping the world, not helping my family.
Yeah.
So everyone else was first, and then, and you are in the end. There is something really wrong with that equation. But when something like that happens to your children, it's like God saying, daughter, it's time to pause and think.
Yes.
Where is your life going?
Reevaluate,
reflect. So is this what you are doing? And now, my life has changed a lot. Now I know the importance of self-care, importance of saying no.
Right.
All that I learned. And I learned that there's no point. You cannot serve from an empty cup because you can't be the best version of yourself, even as a doctor. Yeah. Imagine having a grumpy, exhausted doctor, likely to make a lot of mistakes, really.
Right.
That's true.
But, it's likely to. So now I'm not exhausted anymore. And when I always go in.
And then again, you come off with this whole energy of you care less. And a patient can read that from you.
Yeah.
So you need all your energies to be at the levels where people feel like, oh, now I'm seeing a doctor. I can feel better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they come and throw all their burdens to us. But then, at the end of the day, we are also human.
That's true.
So we are also human. But then the whole point is, because I work only 2 days a week seeing patients.
Nowadays you work 2 days?
Yeah, I work as a clinical lead for a private company about 12 hours. Over 3 days I work 12 hours, so 4 hours a day basically. Wow. So, but seeing patients I see 2 days. So altogether I work around 28 hours, but seeing patients only about 16 hours. So but then when you are in, you give your everything.
You give your everything. That's right.
So you're a happier doctor.
Yeah.
Patients are happier. You're less likely to make mistakes, and you're less because you're giving only 2 days of your time, and you have other days to recuperate and relax and things like that. And because this is the online business, you are the boss. When
Right.
I work on my when I go into work, it's not like I come back and do a lot about the business, because my business runs in automation.
Right. God.
So when I come back also, and my husband's now full, at home. When he's at home, he's actually at a mission trip now. He's flying to India at the moment. He's on his 4th mission trip this year to India. So, but when he's at home and things like that, I don't even have to bother about the cooking, because he's at home cooking. So,
Wow.
I go to work, come back, and I am kind of relaxed. And, it's fine. You can still do it. But can you imagine working 50 hours? He used to still help out in the cooking, but then you have to still come and cook, because he comes at 11 in the night, isn't it?
Right.
So now you're not stressed. Extra stress is not there. And life is very different. And the potential of this business, that is completely different. Obviously, it's good to say that, oh, I've been able to retire, but I've been able to retire because, I've been able to earn multiple times my GP salary and my husband's salary. Otherwise, we can't, isn't it?
Yeah. That's amazing. Wow. Thank you so much for sharing. I think here, most of our followers and our viewers out there, this clearly tells you that a real luxury life is not just about money. It's not about big houses or expensive cars. Those things are nice, but the true luxury life goes much deeper, whereby that peace of mind. Now, look at Dr. Susie, how, she's flexible on everything, being able to wake up without stress, without fear of the bills, without chaos. That luxury, actually, that is really the luxury life. But unfortunately, most people look at it in the money way, right? And when you look about time, freedom, owning hard time, being able to decide when you work, when she wants to, where she wants to work, who to work with, and that is the highest form of wealth. Trust me. And when it comes to good health, trust me, having that energy, strength, and the body that, like the body can carry you through the life. Health is the luxury life many people ignore, because working 50 hours a week, and I know some people are even working more than that in a week, and at the end of the day, you're helping others to get better. And mainly people in health. I think I was in health before back home, and I think I practiced for about 2 months, and I'm like, taking care of others, but you cannot take care of your own family. Trust me, it's exactly what doctor said, that this equation, that is something wrong. So I think it's a wake-up call to evaluate ourselves. People out there, if you're seeing this, it's better now to evaluate as the year ends. Sit down and evaluate what you're really doing and what are the results. Is it you just being busy or being productive? Because those are two different things. And trust me, the moment I started to be productive, that is the moment I fired my boss within 9 months. But this is where I graduated long time way back home. And I couldn't even think about that. I was just waiting for my retirement for me to say, oh, now I can enjoy, my retirement pension and everything. But when it comes to luxury, you don't have to wait for that. So thank you so much for sharing. And I'm happy that now you have that healthy relationship with your family. So let me hear from David if you have something to say there before we can proceed.
Thanks, Dorothy, and thank you, Dr. Susie, for sharing part of your journey. Very, very heartfelt. You mentioned the whole issue of absenteeism. We're absent because we are trying, and the very people we're trying to create a life for, work so hard so we can take care of our families, so we can give them the luxury that we think, they would love or they deserve, So you went to school, you did your education, and got a good job, have a good home. You think you've put up a family, but when you're absent, the very thing that you're working for, in the process you're losing. So by missing things, we miss a lot of things because we're trying to chase something else. We're trying to chase money, or we're trying to maintain a certain status quo. Then we become absent, and in the process we miss things, So like the instance where you mentioned your daughter, she became depressed because definitely because of your absenteeism, because you are absent, you aren't available. Even when she thinks she would have a conversation with you, you're not there. And when you ask, she says, it makes no difference whether you're here or you're not. It's still the same. That's that can hit so hard, because it resets you to start thinking what's important. Yeah. And of course there are also challenges that came with the global pandemic. That was another shaker. So for anybody that thought their life was as stable can be, that shook the entire world, and it got us thinking, who is essential? I remember here in the US, that was an issue. And there were so many memes that came up. Yeah, essential workers. So you have to reevaluate what you're doing in life, whether you're essential or you're dispensable. You know what I mean? And it changed again the way we work. It brought in some good, that pandemic. It brought in some good because there were people that have jobs that they can actually do from home. So you guys have to be at the hospital to treat patients or to see patients, but there are also those that can now do telemedicine. So it kind of opened up doors to a new reality that, hey, you can actually also see your patients or do work from home, and maybe that also improved the whole situation of being absent from our families. But again, it's an eye opener, and it's good that if you're alert enough, it can help with you finding your pivot again and trying to adjust. So, but during this process, it's the pandemic. Of course, you've lost hours at work. Your husband's business has been hit, because I know there are people that are doing other kinds of services, or doing trade in other areas. Things kind of slowed down, okay? But thereafter, you are like, okay, you know what? This is about that time we should look for something to, because if incomes are hit, you need to match up. Otherwise, rent is coming. You have bills. You have all sorts of things, to maintain the lifestyle. So how were you able to identify a good opportunity to jump on? What was that journey for you? Because online businesses can also be a jungle out there. There's so many, and there's scams as well. People have lost money big time. So for you, coming from traditional work environment where you do 8 to 5, or go and put in hours, now you're thinking of going online. What was that journey for you?
Here is your reminder. Account recovery Apple. This is
Sorry about that.
New York Times.
Sorry about that. Technology, artificial intelligence, we need it. So anyway, doctor, what was that journey for you? How were you able to identify a good opportunity online, under these circumstances?
Yeah, I think that's a brilliant question, isn't it? It's a very pertinent question if you've never done something like this before. And there again, I went the old-fashioned way, trial and error. So when I realized that my life needed to change, and the major being my daughter, I was actually in a very desperate state by that time, because I knew I had to quickly do something. Okay, so there was a bit of pressure in doing something. And then I started doing my research. What is the thing that doctors generally do? And the thing that I saw doctors generally do, which none of the doctors, by the way, was talking to me about, was property. So they do property. And I was thinking, okay, let me do some property. I did a few courses on how to do property and different strategies in property. I got a mentor and stuff like that. But of course, as we all know, property, you get a mentor, then there's a lot of things that you still need to spend quite a bit of money.
Correct.
Even if you go for the lower things that you do, like Airbnb and stuff, it still requires some amount of money to be put in. This is in addition to what you've spent thousands on the mentors.
Yes.
Thousands and thousands on the mentors. And then for me, because you're starting, you do everything yourself, isn't it? It was actually more time. It required more time.
Right.
So for me, there was a point I remember I used to take annual leave to do the property work, to go see the realtors and estate agents, as we call them here, and then see the houses, make a deal and stuff like that. It required money, it required time. Which again was like, for me, it was like, this is ridiculous, because this is taking more time away from my family.
Right.
So around about that time, while I was doing that, I was dipping in and out of other things. So I did a bit of crypto, made some money, lost some money, then went into an MLM scam, lost money there. And then I did some other online mentorship with Tony Robbins and Dean Gray of the OC, because I didn't know anything. I didn't, like I explained, I didn't know what to expect, because I didn't know what I'd like, and I didn't know how money worked. So I started educating myself. So I spent a lot of money on my self-education, and I'm not ashamed to say that. So I spent lots and lots of money on it. And then I read lots of books like, what is money? How, what is actually an asset? What is a liability?
Right. Financial.
Sorry?
Financial education.
Yes, exactly. And how does tax work?
Right.
So I bought, Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad, Poor Dad, started reading all that. Then online marketing and all stuff like from Dean and Tony. And then obviously Tony is very good at personal development, which was great, I felt I needed it at that time. But again,
which one is that again? The book by Tony?
No, not Tony. This is the book was Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki.
Okay, yeah, I've read that. Yeah. Okay.
So what Tony Robbins is more like personal development kind of thing, coaching and stuff like that. So, because the thing is, we have to learn to value ourselves, which we are very bad
at doing.
We are very bad at doing. I even sometimes I'm still a work in progress. I still sometimes find it hard to accept a compliment. I'm a lot better to say thank you. I accept that as a compliment. But there was a time if someone wanted to compliment me, if it was from me, I'm just doing my job, or that's okay. You don't have to say that, and like this. Now, if someone says, I say, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I do accept that. As I mentioned, there are days when I don't get it 100%, but I'm in a work in progress. So that's absolutely fine. So I learned that I need to love myself. I need to forgive myself, because another thing was I was not forgiving myself for what happened to my daughter. So there was a lot of, so it was not anger towards another person. It was anger towards me, that I was not a good mom, the mom guilt. I was not a good mom. I'm a terrible person because I'm not a good mom. You know, the cycle that you go in, then I'm a terrible person. You know, I didn't find out that she was depressed. I'm a terrible doctor. So it's that, you know, you take that guilt trip. So I had to learn that, I had to forgive. I can't do anything about what happened in the past, but I can do something about what is going to happen in the future. And I choose to believe that life does not happen to me, it happens for me. And although it was a very painful journey, I've learned, like, if that hadn't happened, I would still be a practicing doctor, like full-time practicing. I'm still a practicing doctor. What I meant is like a full-time practicing doctor, not doing anything else, and still being angry, still being exhausted, not having any family time. But this was almost like, life, I have to say, life worked for me. And because of that, I changed my life, and it's been the best thing that ever happened.
Wow, thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. Really, wow, what a journey. You know, I felt bad when you said that you've succumbed to some, some scams as well.
Yeah.
You know, that can be very discouraging to try other opportunities. You know, you should really have that business spirit in you to keep going. There are people that have lost money, and anytime anything comes up online, they say, I don't want to try. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But here you are, after going through all this.
Because I had a very big why.
Right.
Because I had a very big why. I just wanted to change my life. And and the thing is, it's like I didn't think that I've lost money. It just was like a learning curve. It was a learning curve. And even now, I don't think, I never say I've lost money. I just learned. There's no actual failure. You just learn.
Right.
You succeed or you learn.
You learn something.
Learn. Like, the thing is, for everything, nothing's free. I think people need to understand nothing's free in life. Like, if it's a business, there is a cost to it. You have to educate yourself. That education does not come free. There is a price to pay for that. Why do you need a mentor and a coach? It's because what would have taken you 10 years without it, if you had a mentor and a coach, it'd probably take you one.
Right.
It gives you speed.
It accelerates your growth.
Exactly. It accelerates your progress. Where have you learned? Like that, the thing is, people don't know how business works because they have not educated themselves. I've spent that, when, like, from 2020, end of 2020, 2021, while I was trying different things, I understood what worked for me and what didn't work for me. I'm not saying property is bad. Of course, it's not bad. If it's wonderful. But for me, at that point in time, I didn't have the time. For me, at the moment, property would be great, because what I'll do is the money I earn, I will invest, and I'll put a manager to actually look at the property and manage it for me. As a second stream of income. But at that point in time, when you're doing it yourself, it's not a very good thing. So I understood that. And that is, again, through experience.
Right.
Then when I went into the MLM also sort of thing, I was like, then I learned, so this is why it doesn't work. This is why we shouldn't be doing anything like that or something like that. I learned from that. Okay, so you shouldn't be for this reason. Like, this is why it is a scam. I learned that. Then I went into crypto. I know you shouldn't be doing crypto if you don't have, there's a way to do crypto, and I was doing it the completely wrong way.
Right.
People are very emotional, and you should take the emotion out of it, which I didn't know. So again, now probably looking back, I'd probably be able to do crypto and property a lot better because of my experience. Because you can't do those things. Then I learned, okay, I need a business which, with my full-time job, it has to be flexible. Like the one with, it shouldn't be like realtors work only from 9 to 5 or 9 to 6. That's my core general practice hours. It's ridiculous to take annual leave and go and do a business. especially when you're setting it up. So I needed something flexible. So our business gave me that flexibility. And yes, with the number, and the thing is, there's a lot of automation. There's not a lot of chasing. You attract and things like that, because there's our automated system that sends the email, takes you to the through the sales tracking and stuff like that. And then when you're brand new to the system, there is a coach who will close the sale and things like that. So there was a lot of things automated and perfect for someone who does long hours and who wants to actually spend more time with the family, because you can do your business at home with your kids. So that gave me the flexibility I need, the automation that I needed. Then, of course, to succeed, I understood from previous mentorship that you need a coach and a mentor. If you don't, will you succeed? You probably will, but it'll take 10 years. And I don't want to make all the mistakes. I don't want to waste another 10 years of my life. I think I wasted enough. So I think I'm not prepared to waste any more of my life figuring it out on my own. That is the most foolish thing you could do. To try to figure out by yourself. Invest in a mentor, invest in a coach, and let them share their knowledge and their journey.
Experience, yes.
Exactly. That again, when I started learning about business and money, I realized, on an average, about by the end of 10 years, 99% of businesses, go bankrupt. And if you, by the end of 5 to 7 years, if you stay afloat, that's a great business. And in our business model, you're able to earn 5 figures in 5 months. It sounds impossible, but it is possible because of our system and because of the mentorship and because you're not doing it alone.
There you go.
So it's not one person doing it. It's a team, our global community of 270,000 people and our top leaders. So it's all their minds, your mind, all going in and accelerating that process.
Some kind of a mastermind.
Exactly.
Unified mind.
Yes, exactly. The mastermind, like Think and Grow Rich. I don't know whether you've ever read that.
Yes, I've read Think and Grow Rich.
So exactly talks about, this is the way you have to educate yourself.
Right.
So it has been an amazing journey, and I'm glad I made the mistakes, because it's not actually a mistake, it's a learning lesson. And I learned one thing. Now I'm 100% sure if I lose money, I can make more.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much for actually sharing. I've realized that actually I always tell people that the mistakes you made it's not a prison. You need to make sure that it was a stepping stone basically to your success, because success always, you're going to find those ups and downs. So if you don't find it, you're on the wrong route. It's not a route of success. It's not a route for success unless if you inherited it. That's understandable. So the other person went through those ups and downs. But if it's not, if you're the one breaking that generational wealth struggle in a family, trust me, you need to face that. And actually, it's a lot of information. I'm not going to dilute it unless, David, you want to say something out there, but I don't want to add something there. If you really want to watch it, just go for a replay. It was really amazing. She took you through the journey, how she identified this opportunity through the property, through the crypto, through the MLM. So it's a journey. So that means if you're going through some hard situation, some hardship, trust me, it's your journey to your success. It's just never give up. That's what I can say that. All right. So let's see were there any moments when you felt like giving up, and if so, what really motivated you? Did you have any challenges, or were you able to feel like I want to give up, and what kept you moving?
For me, I think I've went through all that with the other other businesses that I did. So I knew when I came into this business, this is a gold mine. It ticked all the boxes. So for me, I there was no reason why I couldn't do this business, because it had ticked all the boxes. And for me, when I came into the business at that point in time, I didn't know a single doctor doing this business. I was one of the first doctors.
Oh,
After that, I came to know there were a few scattered, quieter ones out there. But once I came into, and then I was like, but the thing, when I looked into the business model, I was like, oh, all right, people who are, nail technicians, truck drivers, electricians, police officers, teachers, they're all doing this and earning 6-7 figures. I think I can do it then.
Right.
It was as simple as that. I was like, if they can do it, I think this is not rocket science. So why
Yeah.
can't I do it? And for me, by that time also, I was 100% sure that this had ticked all the boxes because of my previous learning.
experience.
Yes.
So there was no reason why this. And then I think it gave, because I was a trailblazer for the doctors, and my team is full of doctors. So so then, I think it gave confidence for other people, doctors, to come in also to do the business.
Oh,
Mm.
that's
Yeah,
good.
of course. People love, I mean, it's human nature. People love going where their colleagues are. For instance, the doctors, if they see one doctor doing it, they say, okay, Dr. So-and-so is doing it. Doctor, what are you doing? Okay. So they kind of feel like, yeah, I think we can do it too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I understand where they were coming from. And again, like you said, this thing has professions from across the domains. You have doctors, you have engineers, you have lawyers, truck drivers, Uber drivers, all sorts of people, technicians, guys in security. Everybody finds their way in because I wouldn't say it's simple, but if you're coachable and trainable, it's doable. You know what I mean? Because it's business. Sometimes why I don't want such as simple is that simple is where you put money into say a stock and just sit and relax and wait for magic to happen. You know what I mean? But this is a business, meaning businesses do have challenges. You have to work a business to benefit from it. But the beauty with this is that it's 80% automated and 20% is what you put in. So it's doable. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's why I say that. But yeah, I think you made your point. It's you being the first doctor in, at least for as far as you were seeing based on the community, you're like, okay, and other people joining you is because they saw you do this. You know what I mean? And that's very, very encouraging. Yeah. Maybe before we can, I'm realizing time is running, but we do have just a couple to ask you. Obviously, knowing that you come from a medical background, this is important to me. I'm wondering, have you encountered any technical challenges or obstacles in the development and or maintenance of your online platforms, and how do you overcome these?
The thing is, if you know how to use a phone and a laptop, which I think most of us do, because even in medicine now, we have electronic records. So whether you love it or hate it, there's AI also coming, lexicon, all that in the medical field now. I was doing telemedicine again for about 8 years now. So I was already like doing things online and stuff like that. So it wasn't something new for me. But obviously, if you ask me to code things, I wouldn't know, and I'm not interested. Like ask me to make a website, I'm not interested. I'd rather pay someone and use that time to do something I'm good at and create money that way. So I learned also that some things you need to delegate.
Right.
I was in management roles, so that was something I learned through my management roles, that you can't do everything. You should not be creating followers but leaders. So, my job is to actually look at my team and understand what their strong points are, and use that. And I might be strong in something, and they might be strong in something, and we use it as a team to benefit the team as a whole.
Right.
And that's why you shouldn't work in silos. And that's why, again, I have to reiterate the fact you need a coach and a mentor to be successful, because you can reach your goal quickly. And why do you think I could retire my husband within 14 months, who was earning as much as me? It wasn't
Right.
possible if it wasn't for me having this wonderful automated system,
Right.
with the team members who were there to help me and support me, and the community.
Right.
That's why I was able to succeed. So basic stuff, I think everyone needs it in their jobs now. Or even if you don't know, we have members in my team who are 65 and 75 years old. They obviously, technically they can be challenged a bit at times, but they are very coachable. And these people are earning like 20,000, 25,000 per month.
Yeah.
Five.
In the evening years.
Yeah.
And they are
Yeah.
65. So again, that should put the younger people into shame. If they can do it, why can't you?
Exactly.
It's the same thing when I came in. I was like, okay, there's nurses, there's a few nurses, there's
Right.
health technicians, all that. Well, if they can do it, why can't I do it? So it's the same
There
thing.
you go. Right. Thank you. Thank you so much for your contribution to this question. Dorothy, do you have anything to comment, add on, or ask?
I don't have anything. It's just that as long as you're dreaming big, no matter how old you are, if we have 65 people in our community, 75, in our community, I actually just realized recently that even we have the seniors group, right? If you feel like you're a senior, there is your group there whereby you have your fellow seniors and share with you how they did it at the last minute. Because most people think once we clock that age, nothing we can do. And most people think, oh, let me do it for my son, let me do it for my daughter, I cannot do it. To the fact that you are the one recommending it to your own child, you can do it. So, and let's just have any valuable lesson or insights. Can you share what you've gained from your experience as an online digital business owner?
Sure. So the next thing which people is when this is not the right time.
Yeah.
There is no such thing as the right time. The right time is now. You don't have clarity. Clarity does not come unless you take action.
That's
Right.
true.
So, because the thing is, can you make mistakes? Of course you will. But tell me who hasn't made mistakes. Tell me, cross your heart and tell me you've never made a mistake at work. Then you'll be lying to me. Yep. So, however good you are, you will make mistakes. Everyone does. You have to accept that. But rather than calling yourself a failure, if you make the mistakes, you should just say, this is a learning lesson. Like how I went my course doing property, crypto, MLM. And then by that time, and then reading books, doing the course with Tony and Dean and stuff like that, and reading several books, I educated myself. So by the time I started this business, I was like, this is it. And I can do it now.
So you
Right.
your mind.
Yeah. So again, the other thing is you have to surround yourself with like-minded people. Again, working in silos does not help you. There are lots of people saying, oh, we are self-made millionaires. There's no such thing as self-made millionaires. If you refuse to work with someone else, you would have definitely read the books. So that means you have used the knowledge from people who have, walked the walk. You are not actually a self-made millionaire because there's no such thing. You need people to succeed. You need people to succeed. You need people to root for you, because there are times when people won't. Like, I got into the business, not that I completely recommend this, but at that point in time, I felt this was the right thing for me to do. I didn't actually tell my husband I was doing the business. He came to know later that I was doing the business. He wasn't very pleased. Let's put it that way. It's short and sweet. He wasn't very pleased. He did figure it out, but I didn't tell him because I knew you'd say no. And the other week also he came and I was doing some business work, and he was just came and kissed my forehead and said, you know, you are indeed the woman in Proverbs 31. I said, now you tell me I'm women in Proverbs 31. That's not what you told me 3 years ago.
We know.
So sometimes, you know, but you know, when you're in that sort of things, when your family might be against it, my dad told me at that time when he was doing all these things, oh, you're not business material. That's what my own father told me. And I told, like, you know, I love you all, but you all don't decide what I can do, what I can't do.
Right.
So, but it needs a lot of courage, and for that you need to be a part of a community because you're not walking this path alone.
Wow, thank
Doctor,
you.
on that very note, actually, to piggyback on that point you made, like-minded people. And the other thing is, I think if you're going to do anything in life that's substantial, the things that we do require some kind of gestation period. There's that time where you just have to close off anybody or the people that you think, even if they're for your family, that you think might not buy into your vision. Because we do have people that block our visions. They don't see what we see, you know?
That's true.
But because they're in our families, they're our parents, they're our brothers and sisters, we kind of listen to them and they can derail us. But they're not seeing what you're seeing. So I've over the years, I've learned to close off until I've actually, done or moved mileage in whatever it is, be it a business, starting a business, sometimes buying property as well. I'll consult the people that I know are experts in that field to advise me so I can make an informed decision, but not just go by emotions because my parent or my sister or brother or sibling or friend doesn't believe in property, so I shouldn't do property, or they don't believe in a business, so I shouldn't do the business. Because we're all not cut out to do the same things.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely. The other thing is, I say, if you are asking for marriage advice, you don't ask for your divorce advice from your divorced friend. If you want to make money, you don't ask your friend who's broke.
Or a plumber.
Yeah. You don't ask your friend who's broke for financial advice on whether you should be doing this business. You should be talking to people who made it. And then coming to the dream, Steve Harvey, I believe, is the one who said this, I'm going to paraphrase it. I can't remember exactly what he said. He said, if you're worried about so the other people, your mother is not believing your mother is not believing your dream, but God gave the dream to you and not your mom.
Right.
That's true.
So the thing is, you have a dream, but even God did not give it to your mom, to your husband or wife or your parents. God gave that to you.
It's
and then you might not know what to do, but you're not going to know what to do unless you take the first action step.
That's powerful. People out there, you should take it. Hey, David, are you still saying something there?
No, pretty much. I made my point.
Okay.
Earlier on, it's a mindset. It's a mindset thing. You just need to believe in yourself. Believe in your intuition. If you have it within you, drive it. Do it already. Do it already, and the rest will find you on the journey.
That's
Support
true.
system, and all kind of well wishers, they'll find you on the journey. But if you want to start the journey with everybody, it's impossible because they're not going to see it the same way you're seeing it.
Mhm.
No?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's
Absolutely.
like copying a business. It's like people that copy a business idea. Okay, I see you do something and I want to do it by copy. Means I see what you do and I do in my shop or store. For as long as I'm copying you and I don't have the blueprint,
Mhm.
you'll always be ahead of me. And many times I'll not even, if I don't do it my way or my style, I'll never know what you're seeing ahead of the times. I don't know whether you're going to close your store in 2 months. I might be copying and investing a lot of money only to discover in 2 months you're closing. You understand? So yeah, so you gotta do it based on your vision, your intuition, and let other people be a support, system, because
Okay.
the vision is yours. The vision is yours. You see what you see.
All
And that's
right.
what the
Thank
doctor
you.
was saying, pretty much. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. And thank you so much, Dr. Susie, for coming. Actually, I loved all what you have submitted today. People out there, at least you should learn from all the guests we are bringing here. And I would love to have these last words from you for today, not forever, for today. So, what advice can you give people in your profession? Like, some people like, oh, well, your doctor, or we have lawyers there and they're watching us. They're like, can I do that? Can I do that? Can I do this? And the other thing, I like the point that you mentioned that you can be successful alone. What advice can you give people who are saying, oh, do I have to talk people? Do I have to engage people? Do I have to do this? Because we all know there is no business on this planet you can do without people. Those are your customers at the end of the day. And lastly, can you explain to all people out there, those people are asking, what is the 149 for? Or how can you describe that? And why are they paying it? Because that is the most common question. I think you've ever, landed on such a question one time, right?
Yeah. So there's a few things I think you've asked me. So what would you like me to say first, if you could break that down? So
Whatever you feel comfortable for you, whatever you can start with. The one for the 149.
yeah, so we'll start with that. So 149 people have asked me, why can't you say the whole thing, and
Mhm.
why do you are you hiding something?
Yeah.
I tell people that the 149 is basically for is for you to know the full information. So the reason why I can't give you the full information is I came to do this business because I wanted time freedom. Now
Mhm.
there's about 2 hours worth of stuff in when you pay 149 to come to know all the information, the partnerships that's involved, how you can start your business, how you earn money, and what is all involved, and things like that. Now, if I was to explain that in 5 minutes, I will miss some very, very pertinent informations. And I would be doing a disservice to you if I do that. And then you don't have to be scared also, because at the end of the day, you get the information and you're not happy with what you see, you can take a refund. At least but at that point, you would have given yourself an opportunity to know more about this platform.
Mhm. Wow. Thank you. Thank you so much. Hope our viewers out there, you have your answers. So the other one, it was, what can you say about people telling, oh, I don't want to talk to people, oh, I don't want to engage with people, but at the same time, they are convincing themselves that they want to start a business.
Okay, this is the perfect thing because I'm an introvert. I'm in a work in progress, so I didn't like talking to people much. Like, it's an irony because I talk to people at work, but you don't like selling things. Basically, that's what they're saying. They don't like convincing people. Now, what
Mhm.
I tell people is I never convince people. I never gone, I've never gone to someone trying to sell anything. I just tell, I just tell the world about what I do on my platform, and whoever wants to know more about it, they come to me. So I don't do any kind of chasing or following and things like that. Because if they want to change their life, there's a lot of information which I give for free for people enough to take action. And I do like today, in my leisure time. But this is very effective because this is one to many. I might get about 10-15 people contacting me every day. But if I was to talk to all of them, then this would be a third and fourth job. And I really did want a third or fourth job. So that's why I started this business, really.
Wow, that's wonderful. So let's have the last one. What advice can you give people in your profession out there who are afraid to take action because of their professions?
Well, I'm doing it. So if you're a doctor out there wondering whether you can do it, I did it with my 50 hours of work. If I could do this business with 50 hours of work, you can do it. Was it easy? No, it wasn't easy. It was coming back or going before work, putting in 15 minutes here, 15 minutes there, where I would have scrolled and just laughed at some reels. I used those times to actually build an empire. And I'm really glad that I did. And once you build your empire, you can cut down on your work and then give your full to the work that you do, because you give it your full.
Fantastic.
Great.
And by the way, from wherever you're watching us, look in the description, okay? Wherever you're watching this video, go to the description. There will be a link to our website. If you want more information about starting your own business and what we do, you enter your name and email and phone number to unlock a free 20 to 30 minutes video explaining the details of how to go about it. And thereafter, you can talk to any of us for more information on how to move forward. And we'll see you on the inside.
All right. I think that is it for right now. Let's have bye-bye, everybody.
Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Join us every Sunday for an episode of the Digital Business Forum
at 2 p.m. PST, 3 p.m. MST, 5 p.m. EST, and 10 p.m. GMT.
This forum will feature successful, experienced digital business owners with inspiring information to help you make that informed decision about starting your own digital business. By starting your own online business, you will have more free time to take control of your life, create generational wealth, retire early, and make money from anywhere in the world with just your laptop, phone, and internet. If this resonates with you, don't miss this Sunday. Digital Business Forum. Be informed, be inspired.